and welcome to another edition of Magic Time 6-Pack. I will be opening 6 packs of cards today, and this time I'm going to be opening cards from Gatecrash. I have 6 packs here, and I have artwork for all 5 of the guilds. We have the red-white Boros, the blue-black Dimir, the black and white Orzhov, the green and red Gruul, the green and blue Simic. And since there are 6 packs we're going to be opening, I also have a second Boros. So let's get cracking. We're going to start off with the Boros packs. Alright, and Gatecrash just came out a couple weeks ago, so pretty recent. And I got these packs out of a fat pack, so I actually opened 3 already. So we're going to see what the last 6 have. Alright, so we're starting off with a Nightly Watch. Let's just put 5 mana, 2/2 white vigilant creatures, knights, into the battlefield. Those are the knight tokens that we got in the last set, Return to Ravnica. Alright, some of these Gruul names are going to be a little interesting to try to say. Ta Swine. 5 mana for 5/4. It has the Blood Rush mechanic, which is the Gruul mechanic. Blood Rush being you pay the mana cost and discard the card from your hand, and then it gives a bonus to your attacking creatures. So this one adds 5/4 to an attacking creature, which is pretty good for 3 mana. Alright, Mortis Strider, 3 mana 1/1. When it dies, return it to its owner's hand. Maybe someone's going to find something fun to do with that. Skyblinder Staff. Equipped creature gets 1/0 and can't be blocked by creatures flying. This would be a lot better if the equip cost wasn't 3. Skinbrand Goblin. Just a 2 with Blood Rush. 1 red mana for a 2/1 saves it. Otherwise, you're not going to be playing it as a 2/1 for 2 that often and limited. But still, it's a not bad. I mean, it's 2/1 for 2 falls in line with what red creatures usually do. Last Thoughts. It's 4 mana, draw a card with Cipher. Cipher is the Dimir mechanic. Essentially, after you cast it, you can attach it to another creature. If it deals damage, it's able to cast a spell again. So a lot of the Cipher abilities were a little overcosted to keep them from getting out of control, as free spells have shown in the past to be not very fun to deal with, and they can get little breaking formats is what they do. Alright, we have the Gruul Guildmate. This is one of the 10 gate lands that we saw. Each of the guilds got one, and there's some creatures and whatnot that do better things if you have a gate. It just comes into play tap, just a nice dual land for limited, and maybe in standard in limiting amounts. Court Street Desian, 3 mana for a 2/2. Whenever a white creature enters the battlefield, you can tap a target creature an opponent controls. So not bad. Naturalize. This Naturalize, Naturalize been printed a million times. However, this has got to be my favorite art of any of the Naturalizes. It's pretty neat. Turning a sword into a tree. It looks pretty cool. So I like the art on that. Boros Charm. That is once again continues the charm cycle of all the guilds and Gatecrash and Return to Ravnica. This one's probably the best one, or one of the best one. Dealing damage to a player, making permanents indestructible, or giving double strike is pretty solid all around. So good card. Bane Alley Broker. 3 mana for 0/3 and lets you a lot of text. You can take draw cards, and then you have to exile a card from your hand face down, and later on you can pay mana to get that card back. So you're technically just you're filtering through your deck or library a little bit, but being able to get them back is interesting. Though I don't really see this having any constructed abilities. This is more of a limited thing. Just to get through your deck a little faster and have some plan Bs down the further in the game. Crowned Ceratok, which a Rhino is apparently a Ceratok. 4 mana, 4/3 trample. Each creature you control with a counter on it gets trample. So this goes in Simic decks in limited. But 4/3 trampler for 4 in limited is pretty solid. And for our rare, we have Stomping Ground, which is you can never have too many of these shock lands. Being named Shockland because you can choose to put the card into play untapped if you pay 2 life, which is the same amount as the spell Shock, which deals 2 damage. And since this has the mountain and forest land ability, or it's classified as both a mountain and a forest, everyone should have lots of these full sets of these dual lands. If you ever see, if you ever see these shock lands, pick them up if you don't have them already. And a foil forest, not bad. I don't really play with foils much at all, so not too exciting for me. But some people really like their foils. Then we get a swamp and a useless card. As I say in all my videos, every pack should have a token card, not these worthless advertisements. So, first Boros, pretty good. Stomping Ground. Shocklands are good. Alright, so we'll open up our second Boros. Maybe we'll get a Boros rare in this one. Discipline, or Disciple of the Old Ways. 2 mana, 2/2, Grizzly Bear, and it gains first strike. It's just a Grizzly Bear with straight upside with a additional ability. Good to play in limited and draft. Scatter Arc. This is a Is-It card, though it doesn't have the symbol as Is-It isn't featured in Gatecrash. But I do like the kind of steampunk-esque attire that the Is-It Guild wears. But 4 mana, counter target non-creature spell, draw a card. Definitely just limited fodder. We still haven't opened a black card yet, I've noticed. Structural Collapse. Destroy artifact or land. Land destruction is terrible these days, so that's not too good. 5 mana, Angelic Edict. It's a removal spell. Gets rid of creatures, enchantments. Removal is always good in limited and draft, so pick those up if you're playing in limited or drafting, whatever. Yes. Martial Glory. Just kind of a weird Agony Warp, if you're familiar with Agony Warp. And instead of minuses, it's pluses. But no, not too amazing. Grizzly Spectacle. I like the artwork on this one. Just some guy got his head cut off in a bloody, messy way. And it's a destroyed non-artifact creature spell. Removal, again, is always good. So that's our first black card. Horror of the Dim. And the artwork's kind of interesting. He looks, for those familiar with anime, he kind of looks like a Hollow from the Bleach anime, if you're familiar with that. And if not, check it out. It's not too bad. But 1 blue mana, gains hexproof, 5 mana for 3/4. A decent-sized black creature, but gaining hexproof is not bad. Madcap Skills. So that guy looks pretty interesting. He looks like a Rakdos kind of guy there. But 2 mana, enchant, creature gets 3/0 and can't be blocked by 2 or more, or except by 2 or more creatures. So not bad. If you're going to block it, you're just going to take a couple guys down with it. Ivy Lane Desian, 4 mana, 2/3. And whenever green creature in the battlefield, put a 1/1 counter on target creature. So that's pretty good. With it's a decent sized creature, but putting counters on stuff is pretty good. This one's similar to the Court Street Desian for a, I guess, Desian cycle. Let's see, Guildscorn Ward. Protection, creature has protection from multicolored. This is definitely more of a limited thing. It's kind of an Orzhov looking guy on the front there. Dying Wish. Just Yeah, I don't know. Nothing much exciting to talk about that. Here's the first key rune we've seen here. Key rune. There's a cycle for all 10 of the guilds. They're just three colorless mana for artifact that taps for one of the two of corresponding colors, and it can animate into a creature until the end of turn. So those are nice. Knight of Obligation is my big disappointment for the art. Well, the art is very cool, but in the previews, when I saw this art, I thought like, oh, well, that's going to be some Orzhov mythic or rare. That's going to be really awesome. It'll be like a Paladin Envec or one of the awesome white or black knights we've seen, where it'll have like first 3 mana, first strike. And have protection from some stuff, but then when it just turned out to be vigilance and extort being the Orzhov clan ability, I was pretty disappointed. But in limited, it's definitely pretty good. Extort you want on creatures that have high toughness, so you can play it, just sit back, block their guys, and extort them to death. And then our rare is Alms Beasts. 4 mana for 6/6. I mean, obviously it's good. This is one of those big guys with a downside. This one being giving blocking creatures, blocking Alms Beast lifelink. So if they don't have creatures, maybe like a control deck or something, this guy's pretty awesome. But against most decks, not very good, since creatures are pretty commonplace in constructed these days. Forest and an ooze. They've printed a lot of these asterisks, or where there's no sizes. The oozes change in size depending on various things. But there's been a lot of these ooze ones, but this is new art. So I always like to see new art on tokens. Alright, so anyway, on to Dimir. Not too bad opening so far. Boros Charm and Stomping Ground are certainly the highlights. Green Sign Watcher, another card that likes to play with the gates. 2/1 for 2, not, I mean for green it's not that great. You want to 2/2 for that much. But you can maybe do something interesting in a limited. Devour Flesh is a pretty good card, making it's sort of a pseudo Swords to Plowshares, except for black, where you have them sacrifice. But this could certainly see some limit or constructed play. So Devour Flesh, watch out for it. It's pretty good. Tin Street Market. This is a reference to the last Ravnica set, not Return to Ravnica, but the one from a few years ago, which had a Tin Street Hooligan. But this particular card, not super exciting. It would be a lot better if it didn't cost 5 mana. If it was like 3 mana, it'd be a little more understanding, but at 5 it's a little too expensive. Cloudfin Raptor, this has Evolve. That's the Simic ability. Essentially when if you play another creature that has higher power or toughness than the creature with Evolve, you can put a 1/1 counter on it. So as a 1 mana 0/1, it's not very exciting until you play more creatures, but odds are you're playing Magic, you're going to play more creatures. So this guy could get huge right away, and with flying, he could be a force to be reckoned with. So definitely great in a limited draft, and maybe construct it. We'll see. Bioshift. The art is pretty interesting. There's a man plant crab, and it just moves counters from one creature to another of the same controller. So maybe if you're playing Evolve and Draft or something, it'll be your 23rd card or something like that, but not great. There's our Zerta Swine again, another Material Glory, or Martial Glory. Razor Tip Whip. Just 1 mana, deal 1 damage to target opponent. If you want to slowly ping them away, but nothing too exciting. I'd rather be playing a creature. Top decking this wouldn't be too good, unless they're at 1 life, I guess. But yeah, nah. Clinging Anemones. This is more of the aquatic theme that Simic has now. where they have a lot of merfolk and underwater kind of stuff. But 4 mana for 1/4 defender has evolved, so it can get even bigger. So later on, it's going to block stuff. But since it has such a high toughness, you're going to have to really depend on power to evolve it. Not defenders are never exciting. Just target blocking creature gets 3/0 and gains first strike until end of turn. Just if you're on the defense, just another combat trick. Dimir Charm, another part of the Dimir cycle, Dimir Charm cycle. The Dimir one's not super exciting. It's no Boros Charm, that's for sure. Alpha Authority, just enchantment, gives hexproof. Creatures can't be blocked by more than one creature. Works in green pretty well. There's another Knight that has the cool art. And Consuming Aberration is our rare. That's one of the cards released in the pre-release that was included with depending on the set you picked, or guild, and in this case it was Dimir. So that was, we opened a, no, that wasn't Dimir, it was Dimir, okay. So we opened Dimir, we got Dimir for a rare. Mountain, and worthless card. Yeah, alright. So we're moving on to our Orzhov pack. Alright. Okay, there's another Night Watch. Gutter Skulk, I always like seeing rats. This is a grizzly bear sized rat, or a wandering corpse. Anyway, a 2/2 for 2 in black was a big deal when we got one of those not long ago. That didn't have a downside, but now they're, I guess, more common. Another disciple of the old ways, Grizzly Spectacle. Executioner Swing, 2 mana, -5/-5 to target creature that dealt damage this turn. It's not too bad for removal and limited. Sky Games, just kind of sticks out a little bit. Looks like kind of a Quidditch looking setup, but another enchant land. There's a whole cycle of enchant lands. Slate Street Ruffian, 3 mana. Whenever it becomes blocked, defending player discards a card, so I could get annoying eventually. Guildgate for Orzhov. Adaptive Snapjaw, a lizard beast. It looks pretty neat. Has evolved, 6/2. This one will be nice. 6/2 is definitely going to help evolve your stuff, and it's going to get bigger at least once or twice with the toughness only being at 2. Though you might want to hold off on attacking until it grows a little bit bigger. Bomber Core. His Battalion, that's the Boros ability. That one's not very good though. Rust Scarab destroys artifact or enchantment whenever it becomes blocked. So either you can let it hit you for 4, or you lose artifact or enchantment. So that will come into play in limited. Another Cipher card, which is expensive and probably not going to get played a lot. Another Dimir rune, or Key Rune. And our rare is Firemane Avenger. 4 mana for 3/3. Has the flying and the battalion mechanic, where essentially whenever you trigger a battalion, you get a free lightning helix, which is 3 damage to target creature or player, and you gain 3 life. People are not sure if this will see play in Constructed or not. Time will tell, though. And then Forest, and this is the Cleric token for the Mythic Rare Angel. So I wonder how many of these they actually... Usually when they have a Mythic Rare that makes a token, you don't see the token a lot, so I wonder how hard these are to come by. Anyway, if I open the Angel, I'll go into it. Otherwise, I won't talk about it too much. Alright, so we got Gruul. And... got Predator's Report. Target creature you control, you gain life equal to that creature's power plus its toughness. Just a life gain thing, or life gain thing. In green it makes sense with giant creatures, but it's not, nah. There's the other Enchant Land, I'm not going to go into that one. Scorchwalker with Blood Rush for 5/1. Not terrible, but not as good as most of the other Blood Rushes. Daring Skyjack. I don't know what a Skyjack is, but a 3-1 for 2 is certainly not bad, and if you get your battalion, it gains flying. But a 3-1 for 2 are nice in white. They've proven to be pretty decent over the years, though there's not a ton of them. And that one has a bonus extra ability. We have a Mortis Strider again. Ruination Worm, just a giant worm, 7/6 for 6. Beckon Apparition. This is a reprint, if I'm not mistaken, from Eventide. You get a spirit token for getting rid of something in the library. Death's Approach. Just if you have a bunch of creatures in the graveyard, it's a better removal. That'll grow in time. Sage's Rhodesian. That's another Desian cycle. There's that cruddy staff that isn't very good. Frenzied Tilling. Another destroy target land, so that means it's probably not very good. Holy Mantle is could be interesting. 4 mana, but it gives +2/+2 and has protection from creatures. This is something, and maybe in standard, if you put on a Geist of Saint Traft, could be pretty obnoxious. A 4/4 that has protection from creatures and hexproof. So we'll see what happens with that one. Truefire Paladin. Just vigilance, and you can give them first strike, or you can pump them with +2/+0. But still, two mana for 2/2. Probably not for standard, but limited, not bad. And hey, it's a pretty good rare to open, or mythic rare, I should say. Aurelia's Fury. I think it's maybe people are a little too overly excited for this card, in my opinion, but. Still, I mean, not bad. It deals damage divided as you choose, equal to X, and taps stuff, and players dealt damage this way can't cast non-creature spells this turn. So it does a bunch of different things. It's not bad. I mean, it'll go in a commander deck for sure. Maybe it'll see a little play in standard, but who knows? We'll see. Forest and credit card. All right. Finally, we'll end on Simic. We've been opening not too bad so far. Aurelia's Fury is nice, but Stomping Ground is definitely my favorite so far. I do have one, I think, from the old Ravnica set, so the second one is nice. Scab Clan Charger. That's just you get 2/4 for Blood Rush for 2. Not bad. Leyline Phantom. Big guy that you have to keep returning to your owner hand. Not too good. Aerial Maneuver, Combat Trick. Basilica Screecher, that's a 1/2 flyer with Extort, not terrible. Flying Trample, 3/1. If it gets blocked, it's going to get through for some damage, but it's going to probably die in the process. Purge the Profane, kind of expensive for discard, but discarding is pretty powerful. There's Big Worm again. Verdant Haven, the other I think we've opened all of the enchant lands cycle. There's another Desian. Act of Treason is a reprint. This is some interesting art. Just this giant fat guy with a bunch of things stuck in him. He's a Rakdos inspired art, but again, Rakdos is not really featured in the Gatecrash. That was in Return to Ravnica. 1,000 Lashes, which is a playoff of a card I don't remember the name of in the old Ravnica set. But not bad. You enchant a creature. It's kind of like a Poor Man's Oblivion Ring, or like a slightly more expensive Arrest, but the player also loses life every turn to the controller of the creature that's on. Rapid Hybridization. I like Simic has these weird creature types, so destroying a target creature with blue is strange to see. It's a new version of Pongnify, which was in Time Spiral, but a 3/3 green frog lizard. I would like a green frog lizard token at some point. Well, I suppose that doesn't make a token, so there isn't one. But I wish there was. It'd be neat. Simic Flux Mage. This is the card that accidentally made it into a pack of Return to Ravnica that someone opened up, and then they posted it on Reddit, and then it got spread around. So this debuted the Evolve mechanic. And our rare is Signal the Clans, which is a terrible rare that I'm not going to go into detail. That's Plains and Crud card. So we opened 6 packs. We got Signal, the Clans, Aurelia's Fury, Firemane Avenger, Consuming, Aberration, Alms Beast, and my personal favorite that I opened here, Stomping Ground, Shockland. If you want to watch a video, maybe think of 6 packs is what you'd open for a sealed event. So maybe look at what I opened, see what you would maybe build out of it. But until next time, thanks for watching. I'll have more episodes up eventually. Check out my channel and have fun playing some Magic.